So today I'll be teaching how to use the future value formula in Excel, and we have two scenarios here. One is a periodic investment and the other one is the one-time investment. So here under the one-time investment, we'll be making $5,000 one-time deposit, and then we'll be holding for 5 years at the annual interest rate of 8%, and we'll calculate the future value of this investment. And under the periodic investment, we'll be making $1,000 deposit annually for 5 years, and at the same annual interest rate of 8%, we will calculate the future value of this scenario. So in order to open the future value function, we have to enter equal sign, type FV, open bracket, and this will bring up the future value formula. So the first argument is the rate. So we know that the annual interest rate is 8%. So in order to select 8%, we have to select B2 and press comma to move on to the next argument, which is NPER, which stands for number of periods. And we know we'll be investing for 5-year periods. And in order to move to the next argument, we have to press a comma again. And we'll be making an annually $1,000 deposit. So remember that a payment, in this scenario, we are making a payment of $1,000 each year for 5 years. So payment is a cash outflow. So in that case, we would have to enter a negative, and we select B4 and then enter comma. And in this scenario, we do not have a present value because we are not making a one-time investment. So in order to skip the present value argument, we press another comma. So that will take us to the last argument, which is the type of investment. Is it are we making deposit at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year? So if you're making a deposit at the beginning of the year, we would have to input 1. If you're making the deposit at the end of the year, we would have to input 0. So in this case, we are assuming that we are making the deposit at the beginning of the year, therefore we have typed 1. So we select that cell, and in order to complete the formula, we have to close the bracket, press enter. So in this scenario, we can see that the future value of this investment scenario is $6,335.93. So now let's move on to the other scenario, which is a one-time investment. So in this scenario, we'll be making a $5,000 one-time investment, and we'll be holding for 5 years, and we are expecting an annual interest rate of 8%. And let's calculate what is the value of this investment. So again, we press equal sign FV to open up the future value function. And the first argument is the rate, we know is 8%. And the next argument is the number of periods in this investment, which is 5 years. And the next argument is the payment. Here we do not have an annual payment. So in this case, we would have to skip the payment argument. In order to do that, we type another comma, and this will take us to the present value argument. So again, it's a $5,000 one-time deposit. Again, a deposit will be a cash outflow. In that case, we would have to enter a minus or a negative sign and then select B4 and then press the comma to take, which will take to the last argument. So again, we are assuming for comparison purpose, we'll be making the deposit at the beginning of the year. So we select the cell B5, and in order to complete the formula, we close the bracket, press enter. So under this scenario, we'll be making much more than the periodic investment of $1,000 for 5 years. Instead, if we choose to deposit $5,000, and we don't have to make any annual deposit, just hold it for 5 years, and at the same interest rate of 8% annual interest rate, we'll be making $7,346.64. So if you want to play around, we can change the annual interest rate to 5%, and the future value will automatically calculate it. And we can play around with the numbers. The one-time investment amount, change to 3,000. In this case, after 5 years, you will end up with $3,828.84. So this is how you use the future value formula. So I'll be posting another video soon, so stay tuned. Thank you for visiting my channel.